Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're tackling a really big question, one that's probably on a lot of minds. Will AI take my job?
Hmm,
I mean, you hear it everywhere, right? Lots of articles, lots of noise, maybe even a bit of, well, anxiety.
definitely.
So our mission today is to cut through that. We've got this great 2025 outlook based on your sources, looking at AI and the future of work. We're going to unpack the latest insights, try and give you some real clarity. Okay, let's get into it.
It's really fascinating,
Yeah.
because this whole conversation, it feels like it's moved so fast from like a future theory to something that feels pretty immediate,
Hmm,
especially looking towards 2025.
right.
It forces us to think differently about, well, what work is, how we value it, and understanding these trends is just crucial if you're navigating your career right now.
And this 2025 outlook, it doesn't really shy away from that anxiety, does it? It mentions something like 70% of professionals globally feeling some concern.
Yeah, that figure stood out. It's a widespread figure.
And so it's not just this vague thing anymore. AI is already automating tasks. I mean, you probably see it yourself. Think about robotic process automation, RPA.
Right, RPA.
Yeah.
That's maybe not the thinking AI people imagine, but it's definitely automation.
Exactly. It uses logic, rules to handle repetitive stuff, processing invoices, moving data around, even some HR tasks. The sources are clear.
Mhm.
This kind of thing is already reducing purely manual steps.
And the key there is predictability, isn't it? It's not just repetition, but tasks that follow very clear rules. If this happens, then do that.
Perfect for an algorithm.
Precisely. AI just excels at that kind of rule-based execution.
Mm.
Speed, accuracy, way beyond what humans can consistently do for those specific tasks.
Huh.
And for businesses, well, that means efficiency. It means cutting operational costs. The outlook actually projects for certain sectors, maybe up to a 40% reduction in manual data handling by 2025.
Wow, 40%. That's significant.
It is. And it allows companies to theoretically shift people towards things that need more strategy or creativity.
Okay, so 40%. And if we're talking specific jobs, these predictable rule-based ones, the 2025 outlook gets quite specific, right? It lists actual roles that might see big changes by 2025.
It does. It pinpoints several key areas.
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting. First up, data entry and clerical work. Seems obvious, maybe.
Well, yes, but it's also about how. Things like intelligent document processing AI that can read invoices, forms, even messy text, and pull out the info automatically.
Right, so fewer people just typing things in, maybe more people checking the AI's work or handling the exceptions.
Exactly. It's a shift from doing the entry to managing the system doing the entry. Quality control verification.
Okay. Then telemarketing and basic call centers.
We've all dealt with chatbots, but the outlook suggests it's going further. Predictive dialing, automated scripts, handling simple queries entirely takes a load off basic Tier 1 support.
Which, again, maybe frees up the human agents for the really complex calls, the ones needing empathy or serious problem solving.
That's the idea. Handling frustrated customers, making nuanced sales pitches, things AI struggles with.
Makes sense. What's next on the list? Cashiers and retail billing. We see self-checkouts everywhere.
And they're getting smarter. AI for recognizing items faster, detecting fraud. The outlook even talks about those just walkout stores
Frictionless stores, yeah. That definitely changes the cashier role. Maybe eliminates it in some places.
or transforms it. Perhaps that person becomes more of a customer service ambassador on the floor or helps manage the tech. It's a shift in focus.
Right, a redefinition. And finally, simple manufacturing and assembly line jobs.
Yes, smart robots, AI vision systems. They're getting incredibly good at repetitive assembly, and especially quality control. Identifying tiny defects consistently hour after hour.
Better than the human eye sometimes.
In many cases, yes, for specific defined tasks. So this raises that important question again. Are these roles just gone or are they changing shape?
So what does the outlook suggest?
It suggests a pivot, mostly. Basic assembly might go down, sure. But then you need more technicians, people who can program these robots, maintain them, fix them when they glitch.
Ah, okay. So the hands-on assembly reduces, but the oversight and maintenance roles increase.
Often, yes. It's less about simple replacement and more about a transformation of duties. It's dynamic, not always straightforward.
That's a really important distinction. It's not just jobs disappearing, but jobs changing. Okay, but it's definitely not all about tasks being automated away, right? The outlook also talks about the other side.
Absolutely. There's a strong counter-narrative about where human skills remain, well, essential, at least for now and the foreseeable future.
The human touch.
Exactly. And it's a fascinating why. It comes down to qualities. AI just can't replicate well yet. Things like deep context, nuance, empathy, genuine creativity.
Okay, let's dive into those examples. Doctors and nurses come up first.
Mm.
AI is amazing for diagnosis, right?
Mhm.
Crunching data, spotting patterns humans might miss, even suggesting treatments.
Powerful tools, no doubt.
Yeah.
An incredible assistant.
But it's the human doctor who reads the room, sees the patient's fear, explains things with compassion, makes those tough ethical calls when the data isn't black and white.
That judgment, that understanding of suffering, the weight of responsibility that remains deeply human. AI processes information. Humans apply wisdom and empathy.
Yeah, well said. Okay, similar idea for teachers and trainers.
Very similar. AI can deliver facts, personalized lessons, drill students on grammar or math.
Yeah.
It can be a great tutor for specific things, but it doesn't have that emotional connection. It can't truly understand why a student is struggling or share in their excitement when they finally get it. It can't inspire curiosity or manage a complex classroom like a person can.
It can teach the what, maybe, but not the why it matters to you.
That's a great way to put it. Information versus mentorship.
Crucial difference. Then leaders, managers, entrepreneurs.
These roles are steeped in human dynamics, vision, strategy, motivating people, navigating office politics, building trust.
AI can analyze market data, sure, optimize schedules.
Right. But can it inspire a team? Negotiate a delicate deal with real nuance. Make a gut decision to pivot a company based on a deep, intuitive understanding of where the market and people are going? Probably not.
Not yet, anyway. It lacks that lived experience of complex human interaction.
Precisely. These skills rely heavily on understanding psychology, building relationships, exercising judgment in messy, ambiguous situations.
Okay, and the last category here, artists, writers, creators. AI can generate stuff, right? Text, images, music. It's getting surprisingly good.
It is. It can mimic styles incredibly well.
But the source material emphasizes human originality, that spark of a truly new idea, the emotional depth, that unique personal perspective you bring to your work.
There's a key difference, I think, between generative ability and real conceptual creativity. AI generates based on patterns it's learned from vast amounts of existing human work.
So it's derivative, fundamentally.
In a way, yes. Human creativity often comes from unique personal experiences, biases, emotions, a desire to say something new, things that aren't just patterns and data.
Right, that makes sense. Okay, so some jobs are vulnerable, some seem safe for now because they need that human element. But here's the really optimistic part. History shows tech creates jobs too, right?
Absolutely. Think steam engine, electricity, the internet. Big disruptions, yes, but ultimately they led to whole new industries and types of work.
And the 2025 outlook suggests AI is going to be the same. It's transforming the job market, not just shrinking it.
Yes, the report is quite clear that while the transition can be bumpy, new technologies historically create more jobs than they destroy in the long run. AI seems poised to follow that pattern, though the skills needed are definitely shifting.
Okay, so what kind of new jobs does the outlook see emerging? Let's get specific.
Well, the most obvious one is probably AI specialists and developers.
The people actually building these systems.
Exactly. Machine learning engineers, data scientists, AI researchers, they need deep technical skills in computer science, math, algorithms.
Right. Then data analysts and AI trainers, what's the difference there?
Good question. Analysts interpret the data AI uses or generates. Trainers are more focused on teaching the AI. They curate the data sets, label information, validate the AI's learning to make sure it's accurate and, importantly, unbiased.
Quality control for the AI's education.
You could say that. It requires both domain knowledge, understanding the subject matter, and analytical skills, crucial roles.
Okay. Next up, cybersecurity experts. That feels like an evergreen field.
It is, but AI adds another layer. As systems get more complex and interconnected with AI, new security risks pop up. We need people to protect against AI-powered threats, and maybe even use AI for defense.
A constant cat and mouse game, but with smarter cats and mice.
Something like that, yeah. It demands sophisticated human oversight.
Now, this one's really interesting. AI ethics and policy advisors.
Yes, this is fascinating. As AI becomes more powerful, the questions about using it responsibly become urgent. Fairness, bias, accountability, societal impact.
So these people help design the rules of the road for AI.
Essentially, yes. They bridge technology, law, ethics, and social science. It shows we're moving beyond just, can we build it, to should we build it and how.
That feels incredibly important. And the last one mentioned is human AI collaboration managers. What's that?
Think of them as translators or integrators. They help teams work effectively with AI tools, designing workflows where humans and AI complement each other, training people, making sure the integration is smooth.
So managing the relationship between people and the machines.
Precisely. And if you look at all these new roles, developers, trainers, ethicists, collaborators,
Yeah.
what do they have in common?
They seem to require higher level thinking, problem solving, understanding complex systems.
Exactly. The outlook suggests a significant upskilling of the workforce, moving away from just doing routine tasks to designing, managing, guiding, and overseeing these powerful AI systems. We become less the operators, more the conductors.
Conductors of technology, I like that. Okay, so this brings us right back to the listener, the million-dollar question. What can you do? What does the 2025 Outlook actually recommend to stay, future ready?
It boils down to a couple of key things, really actionable advice.
Okay, lay it on us first.
First, get comfortable with specific digital skills. The report explicitly mentions things like Python.
Which is huge in AI development.
That's kind of the main language, yeah. Also, data science, being able to understand and work with the data that fuels AI, and cloud technologies, knowing how these systems are deployed and scaled.
So practical, technical skills that let you engage with the AI and not just be impacted by it.
Exactly. It moves you from being just a user to someone who understands, maybe even shapes the technology.
Okay, that's prong one. What's the second part?
Double down on those uniquely human skills we talked about earlier. Creativity, critical thinking, nuanced problem solving, emotional intelligence,
Oh,
empathy.
the things AI can't easily copy.
Right. These make you essential for roles needing judgment, originality, deep understanding of people. The outlook is pretty blunt here. It says adaptation and continuous upskilling aren't optional anymore. They're, quote, your career's cornerstone.
Not optional, wow. So the message isn't, will AI replace jobs? It's more like, will you adapt to the new kinds of jobs and ways of working AI creates?
That's a much more empowering way to frame it, I think. And it raises a question for all of us, doesn't it? How do we view learning? Is it something you finish, or is it just
An ongoing investment in yourself.
Exactly. The outlook really emphasizes that people who actively embrace this continuous learning, blending the tech skills with those deep human skills, they aren't just surviving this shift. They're the ones who will likely shape the future of work. It's about building this robust, adaptive skill set, a mindset of lifelong learning.
A strategic investment,
Wow.
constantly learning. Okay, so let's wrap up this deep dive on the 2025 outlook. The core message seems to be, yes, AI will reshape the job market by 2025. It'll automate routine stuff. No doubt about it. Some displacement is inevitable.
But, and this is the crucial, but it's also creating new roles, new opportunities, often requiring more strategy, more creativity, more of that human touch.
A transformation, not just an ending.
Right. And the key takeaway from all these sources seems pretty clear. Your future depends on your willingness to learn, adapt, and upgrade your skills. Those who do will likely thrive. Those who resist might struggle. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
The real deep dive maybe isn't just into the tech itself, but into our own potential for change. So maybe the question to leave you with is, what's one small step you could take today? Maybe learning a tiny bit about a new tool, or consciously practicing empathy in a conversation to start leaning into that future instead of just waiting for it to arrive.